Hi, everyone, and welcome to week 5 of TESOL 2003. I have everything that has been turned in for week 4 graded. Just a couple of reminders that you need to make sure, no matter what the actual prompts are for the forum, that you include APA and that you look at the minimum word count for both the initial post as well as the response post, and remember to respond to other people. Those are the few things that are kind of sticking out, that when there are errors that exist in your forum. And your lesson plans, I have a few of those that are in and graded. I didn't see anything in particular there to point out to you for them. One thing I will say is to remember that as you do your lesson plan, any input that I give you each week for that particular segment needs to be included in the final lesson plan that you submit with that revision for you to get full credit for that particular part of the assignment for the final lesson plan. So we have your week 5 discussion, and it's asking you to watch the video of assessments for ELL. You can get 30 points. As noted below, it asks what the 5 instructional strategies are good to use with ELL, the 5 accommodations or supports that can be considered, learning about the TESOL placement test. And you'll notice it says you do not need to respond to another classmate this week. All you have to do is just put that information in. Now, and I'm also going to contradict myself for something else I just said. You also do not need APA for this. Everyone is simply using that video and responding, not really so much like a discussion forum for this week. But that's what we're doing for that part. So going back over to look at week 6, you have another case study that's due. This should be familiar to you because we just did a case study. So for week 5, you have another one that's due. It asks you to read the attached case study and answer the questions for reflection. 12 points per question, and this segment is 60 points possible. Your case study, your resource will be the actual case study itself as you do this, or where you're referring to anything, it's from that particular portion. So this is what the case study looks like. You'll read that and then you'll answer these questions at the end. I think that part is pretty self-explanatory. Okay, so we're going to go back to week 5. And the final assignment for week 5 is your lesson plan section. This lesson plan section asks you to complete all the parts in the template below and drop it into the slot for your lesson plan for this week. And then, as I mentioned to you before, after you get the feedback, then you need to transfer it onto the MVNU lesson plan template and make sure you change any revisions or put any revisions in there. This is what this week's lesson plan segment looks like. You're including all materials and sources that are appropriate and give appropriate citations for both yourself and your students. And that's pretty much it for week 5 for what you have to do for your lesson plan. So I tried to make it like that, since you have also to do the case study for week 5. I tried to make it be one of the ones for your lesson plan where it's not quite as much to do. So that's everything. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, anything like that, do not hesitate to let me know. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll talk with you soon.